On nights like this, London feels alive, like it's holding a secret it's desperate to reveal. And tonight, that secret begins with two people who never planned to meet, but were always meant to collide. London doesn't sleep. It watches. The rain slides down the windows, the streetlights glow like tiny moons, and every corner hides a story waiting to unfold. In this huge city, two lives move quietly through the night, unaware that they are being pulled toward the same moment. The moment that will change everything. On one side of the city, she walks fast, acting like she knows exactly where she's going. Even though her thoughts are louder than the traffic beneath her feet, she's trying to look strong, trying to hold herself together, but her eyes say she's tired of pretending. London reflects her mood, cold, restless, full of things left unsaid, across the river. He moves through the night with the same storm inside him. He doesn't show much. He never does. But if you look closely, you can see the frustration, the regret, the quiet longing he's never been able to shake. He keeps walking, almost like the city is calling his name, telling him to keep going. Telling him something is waiting for him. They don't know it yet, but their paths are bending toward each other. Every step they take, every breath of cold night air brings them closer. London becomes the silent witness to a story it has seen 1,000 times, yet never in this way. Because this night is different. This night carries a pull neither of them can escape. The rain begins to ease. The city quiets as if holding its breath. And in the middle of London's endless noise and neon reflections, two stories are about to connect. Not by chance, not by accident, but because some nights are written long before they happen. And tonight is one of those nights. The night moves like a quiet wave through the streets, and without knowing it, they both drift toward the same place. It starts small, just a turn down the same narrow road, the kind of street you only choose when you're lost in your thoughts. The city hums around them, but something pulls their focus forward. Almost like the air shifts when they step onto that path. She stops under a flickering streetlight, brushing a strand of wet hair from her face. She tells herself she's fine, that she needs no one, that this night is just another to survive. But her hands tremble slightly, betraying the truth she refuses to admit. She's tired of running from things she feels too deeply. She looks up, sensing movement, sensing a presence she can't yet place. He turns the corner at that same moment, noticing her before she notices him. For a second, he freezes. Not because he's afraid, but because he feels something familiar, something he thought he had buried long ago. She stands there like a question he doesn't know how to answer. A part of him wants to walk away, stay distant, keep his walls high. But something about her holds him still. Their eyes meet. Just for a breath. But one breath is enough. There is no smile, no greeting, no easy explanation. Just tension, sharp, electric, and impossible to ignore. It's the kind of moment when the world goes quiet, when even the city's heartbeat seems to slow down. They both feel it, even if they don't show it. A pull, a challenge, a warning, an invitation. She breaks eye contact first, taking a step back like she's trying to protect herself. But the step is small, hesitant. He notices. He's always noticing. His jaw tightens as he tries to decide whether to speak or stay silent. And she waits, pretending she doesn't care, pretending it doesn't matter, but her breathing gives her away. This shouldn't be happening. Their lives were never meant to overlap like this. Not here, not now. But fate doesn't ask for permission. It simply pushes two people into the same moment and lets the story unfold. And in this dim London street, with the rain-soaked air between them, something begins, not loud, not clear, but undeniable. A spark waiting for its flame. A connection waiting to shift their world. They don't know it yet, but this is the moment that will lead them to the kiss neither of them is ready for. But both of them will feel forever. The city feels different now. Slower, softer, as if London itself is stepping aside to let this moment breathe. The rain has faded into a thin mist, hanging in the air like a secret neither of them wants to speak out loud. They walk without talking, without planning, without knowing exactly why they're still moving in the same direction. But they do. Step after step. As if something unexplainable is guiding them, they end up by the river quiet, dark, shimmering with broken reflections of the bridge lights. The world around them keeps moving, but here, in this small pocket of stillness, time begins to stretch. He stops first, not because he wants to, but because the weight in his chest leaves him no choice. She stops too, only a few steps behind, like she's afraid to come closer but even more afraid to walk away. For a long moment, neither of them speaks. The silence sits between them, thick and charged. She looks at the water, pretending she's here for the view, but the truth is she feels his presence like a pulse, steady, warm, pulling her in. He watches her carefully, noticing every breath she takes, every tiny movement she tries to hide. His guard is slipping and he hates it, but he can't stop it. He turns slightly toward her and she feels her heart stumble. She tells herself to stay calm, to stay strong, but something inside her begins to melt. She can't help it. His eyes search hers, not for answers, but for courage to break the distance he has kept for too long. Her lips part as if she wants to say something, anything, but the words won't form. Not tonight. Tonight belongs to feeling, not speaking. The air thickens with unspoken confessions. She takes one small step forward. He doesn't move away. Instead, he leans in just enough for her to feel the warmth of his breath on her cheek. Her heartbeat becomes a drum inside her, loud enough that she's sure he can hear it. His hand lifts slowly, unsure at first, then gently brushing a raindrop from her jawline. It's the softest touch, but it sends a shock through both of them. She closes her eyes for a second, steadying herself, fighting the urge to run and the stronger urge to stay. When she opens them, he's closer. Much closer. The space between them shrinks until there is nothing left but the truth they've been avoiding since the moment their eyes first met. And then, without a word, without warning, the world goes quiet. Truly quiet. The river. The city. The night. Everything fades. Their lips meet. It's not rushed or wild. It's slow, careful, filled with a kind of longing they didn't know how to express until now. A kiss that feels like a beginning and an ending all at once. A kiss that feels like London has paused just for them. In that moment, the night stops moving. And both of them know. Nothing will ever be the same again. For a moment after the kiss, the world feels weightless, like London is holding them in the palm of its hand. But slowly, almost carefully, reality begins to slip back in. The sounds of the city return first, a distant car passing, the soft splash of the river, the quiet hum of midnight life. Still, neither of them moves. They stand close, breath mingling, hearts still racing from a moment they never planned but will never forget. She's the first to step back, but only by an inch. Her eyes widen, not with regret, but with surprise, like she's trying to understand what just happened and what it means. She touches her lips softly, almost as if checking whether the moment was real. The warmth is still there. The feeling is still there. And that scares her more than she expected. She isn't used to things that feel this honest, this heavy, this right. He watches her in silence. The confidence he usually carries is gone, replaced by something raw and unguarded. He tries to speak, but the words stick in his throat. He's never been good with feelings, never been good at letting someone close. But this moment broke through every wall he built. He looks away for a second, trying to pull himself together. But his eyes keep drifting back to her like he's afraid she'd disappear if he doesn't. The air between them shifts again. Not tense like before. Not electric like during the kiss. But delicate, fragile, like a truth hanging in the space they've created together. She takes a shaky breath, and in that small sound, he hears everything. She's not saying fear, hope, confusion, desire, all twisted together. In a way neither of them knows how to untangle, she turns toward the river, letting the cold wind brush against her face. The city lights dance on the surface of the water, breaking and shimmering like pieces of a future she can't quite imagine yet. He steps beside her, close but not touching, giving her space while silently hoping she won't walk away. They stand there like two secrets waiting to be told. Finally, she glances at him. Not with doubt, but with a quiet question, what now? He doesn't have the answer. She doesn't either. But London does what it always does. It whispers stories of endings and beginnings, of choices and chances. And this night, this unforgettable, impossible night feels like the first page of something neither of them expected to write. They walk away slowly, side by side, not holding hands but not drifting apart either. Every step feels different now, heavier and lighter at the same time. The kiss lingers between them, a memory they'll carry long after the night ends, because from this moment on, nothing will be the same. Not the way they look at each other. Not the way they hide from their feelings. Not the way they move through a city that suddenly feels smaller, softer, and full of possibilities, and as the London night finally begins to fade,